It's being reported that there's a consensus with RBA teams that Bronny James is an elite caliber defender. I call this one of the biggest lies on behalf of LeBron James and the Clutch Sports camp. This is what you call lying on the job application. When the job application asks, what are your skills? And you write down elite defender, knowing full well you're not really an elite defender. I guess just on namesake, LeBron James' name isn't good enough to be a referral. But my question is, who is Bronny James locking up on defense? He's guarding some of the most trash players in college basketball. Show the public footage of Bronny James locking down the top-ranked college player. Show us footage of Bronny James guarding some of the best college players. You won't be able to find it. And I'm willing to bet the last $0.55 in my bank account that no RBA teams, that there's no consensus that NBA teams believe that Bronny James is a great defender, that they would want to draft Bronny James because of his defense. They don't even view Bronny James as an elite defender. Maybe it's just me. Maybe the solar eclipse made me go blind because I just can't see what everybody else is seeing as far as Bronny James being this elite defender. See, I blame Mark Jackson for starting this narrative that Bronny James is an elite defender, and we haven't seen him lock down nobody. Now, the reason I'm not in support of Bronny James is because a part of me feels like Bronny James doesn't even want to join the RBA. He just wants to be a regular human being. My instincts, my gut feeling is telling me that LeBron James is forcing Bronny to play basketball. And how is Bronny James known for defense? Because we've seen a couple of clips circulating throughout the internet of him doing a chase down block every now and then, getting a steal every now and then, because they weren't winning. They couldn't have been getting a bunch of stops on the defensive end because all the teams was cooking them, scoring all these points. Every time I looked, the USC Trojans were getting blown out. Check the scoreboard. I'm trying to figure out, where did Bronny James learn how to play defense from? What defense? What school did he go to? I've heard of the Mamba Academy. Did he attend the LeBron Academy? Did he learn from his daddy how to play defense? Because I don't see it. And LeBron James never plays defense. He's one of the worst defenders in RBA history. Maybe the solar eclipse must have blinded me, ladies and gentlemen. So LaDevious James, or you can say LaDiva James, or better yet, LaDevil James is back to his wicked tricks once again. LeBron James is conning the fans, conning the public, manipulating the masses, the sheep, into believing that Bronny James has this so-called elite defense. So he figured he's going to lie and swindle Bronny James's way into the RBA. Now, we all know that Bronny James has had one of the worst seasons in college history, in USC history. Bronny James is the first player in USC history to be the son of the fake king, the fake GOAT in LeBron James, and average 4.6 points per game. So it's not Bronny James's talent that's getting him a trip to the RBA. Now let me paint this picture for you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when Bronny James attended Sierra Canyon, he was projected to be one of the best college players according to the ESPN and the LeBron James media. He has one of the worst seasons in history. But I forgot to mention, I have to include this because the Bronsexuals, the LBJTQ gets their panties in a bunch when you don't mention how Bronny James went into cardiac arrest. Stop being so hard on the kid. Bronny James came off a cardiac arrest. He didn't even get to recover properly. So we actually don't know how good he can be because he wasn't all the way healthy. We have to stop using cardiac arrest as an excuse. Bronny James could have sat out for the remainder of the season. So there's no excuse. If he felt like he was good enough to play, if the doctors cleared him to play, he made a decision to go out there and put it all on the line, and now he's going to be judged accordingly. He doesn't get no passes. So then what happens next? You see that Bronny James, he isn't making any of the mock drafts, and now the mock drafts goes viral, hitting all the top media platforms. And LeBron James goes to defend his son.
Just let the kid be a kid. Don't worry about the mock drafts. Just keep putting in the work. The results is going to speak for itself.
But Bronny James must haven't been putting in no work because the results isn't speaking for itself. Then it's reported that Bronny James is going to enter the transfer portal. Then the day after, now it's being said that Bronny James, he's going to declare for the RBA draft, but he's still going to enter the transfer portal, which more than likely means Bronny James is going to be drafted. Yesterday news break, NBA executives seem to believe that Bronny James has elite defense. Now he's the next Kawhi Leonard. Now he's a lockdown defender like Scottie Pippen. But once again, all of this is a part of LeBron James' evil plan to find any way to get his son to the RBA. He's trying to find every reason to convince the masses that Bronny James deserves to be in the RBA, knowing what our eyes done seen this entire season, knowing that Bronny James doesn't deserve an RBA spot, knowing that Bronny James should stay in college for another 17 years. It'll almost be like a prison bid. So the point that I'm trying to prove, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, at every turn, LeBron James's plan to play with his son in the RBA. It's all backfiring. From at one point, Bronny James being projected to be one of the best players in college history. That didn't work out. He then goes into cardiac arrest. He comes back and has one of the worst seasons in college history. Then he doesn't make any of the mock drafts. So maybe this is God trying to say it's just not meant to be, which could be God trying to send a message to LeDevil James that this is not your son's dream and you're going against God's orders. But LeBron James is so wicked and evil, he's going to do it the LeDevil way and force his son to play in the RBA, although this is not what he truly wants. And ultimately, it's affecting his mental health.